Hi y'all, it's Pam and Pink Dragonfly Wings here with another project. Today we're going to use our 6x6 pieces of paper, but we're going to make two envelopes today. I'm going to show you how to do these. Now, this is not my idea. I did not come up with this. Let me put these over here out of the way. I got these ideas, the inspiration for these, from Margaret. I think her name is Margaret. Margareth, maybe. I'm not real sure. Anyway, she is at Sevenplaza, Sevenplaza, all one word. She does have a YouTube video, so check her out. She has some awesome ideas. These things that we're going to make today are super simple, and I hope you enjoy it. Hope you'll come along with me. So here we go. I'm going to set this aside for a moment just because I do need to put the lid back on that, or otherwise I will have no ink. So this is the one we're going to make first, and it's just a simple little envelope. Cute. This one has a little tag in it, and then you can decorate them. I don't have tags in these. This one has some washi tape. I'll show you how we did that. And then this one is just a two-sided piece of paper. So let's get started. Now, we'll tell you that Marguerite says to use cheap 6x6 paper and to use one-sided. So I finally found some one-sided paper, and it's cardstock, but it's not as hard as some of the others that I had. So this is the one that I chose to do because it's not quite so bad. And so that's what we're going to do. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to take one 6x6. This is 6x6 sheet of paper. And we're going to start on the inside first. So let me get my ruler, because what we're going to do is we're going to line up. Don't know why my space just kind of keeps getting smaller and smaller. Before long I'll be crafting in a little place like this, but that's okay. What we need to do is find the center of this, but we don't want to fold it. So we're going to go from this corner. We're going to turn it up at a diagonal, like a diamond shape. We're going to line up that corner with this corner, and we're going to put just a little line in the center, right in the center. We're going to turn it and put the other point up and do the same thing. Point to point. And now we have a little X or a cross or a plus sign, whatever you want to call it. Now, in a minute, when we get through, we'll erase that. But anyway, so that's what we're going to do. I am going to start out, and I am going to fold this little corner. Doesn't matter which one you start with. Which little corner, and it's going to go up to that X right there. And we're going to fold it down. And we're going to burnish it because we are dealing with cardstock. And so it needs to be burnished down really good, because we want these creases to be good and solid. Turn it over with this one at the top and do the same thing with this one at the bottom. Right up to the point. Okay. We're going to burnish this side really well. Okay. So this is how our envelope is going to look on the front. We're going to fold this down, fold this down. Now, if you're using paper that has some directionality to it, you need to make some decisions about how you want it. For example, the piece of paper that I'm going to use in the next one is directional. It has words on it. And so you need to be careful not to get your words upside down, unless you just want them upside down. It's okay. They're going to be upside down on the back, one side or the other, but it depends on what you want on your front. So you make that decision at this point, because it's a whole lot easier to do at this point. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the bottom. We've decided this is the bottom, this is the top. You can put a little T up here, a little B down here if you want to, but we'll need to erase it later. So we're going to take this bottom and we're going to pull it up, and we are going to fold it up a little past where these meet, about an inch. And then we're going to fold it down. Now remember, keep in mind, however far you go up, the smaller your envelope's going to be. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. But we want to burnish this down really, really hard. Okay, now we're going to open it up, and you will see that right here and right here are some little triangles. And we're going to cut those little triangles out. So we're going to cut right here on this side and this side, and cut that out. Okay, so we're kind of like mitering. It's kind of like mitering. The reason for this is this little piece has no function, does nothing to the envelope, but it does add some bulk, and we don't need that bulk down in that little corner. So we can fold this back now, and then see that bulk is gone. Okay, now I'm going to turn this over and cut this just a little bit. Apparently I did not cut it very straight, so I'm going to make sure that it is, but that's okay. Straight is not in my vocabulary. Okay, there we go. So we have that. We're going to take this little corner. Okay, we've got this done. We're going to take this little corner right here, and we're going to fold it down just a little bit, just to make our envelope look a little more envelope-y. Okay, so it's going to fold up like that. There we go. And I'm going to go in here and erase this. And the main reason that I'm doing that is we're going to put some washi tape on this, because the inside of our envelope is white. And lots of our envelopes are white on the inside, but this one doesn't have to be. So we're going to make it look pretty. And I'm going to fold that back and put just a little mark right there. And I'll tell you why I'm going to do that in just a minute. Let's go ahead and fold this down. And we're going to fold it down so that this point is about an inch below that little nubbin we just folded. Okay, we want it to cover it. Now, something I did not do on the others, but I think I'll do on this. I'll do it in a minute, because trust me, it's going to make it better. Now, again, we have two little triangles right here, so we're going to cut these two little triangles out. These are a little smaller because of the way I folded my envelope, that I wanted it to be a little taller, so these little nubbins are a little smaller, but that's okay. It's still bulk that we don't need. Okay, so now there's our envelope, and it could be done or finished, but we don't want it to be yet, because we're going to color the inside of it and make it look pretty. So we're going to open this up, open up, open up. And I've chosen some washi tape that I thought would look nice. Now Marguerite, when she did this, she had some really wide washi tape, and it worked really nicely. But I don't have a lot of real wide, and what I do have is kind of boring. That's not very straight, so let me cut that just a little bit more. And so I'm going to use two washies, and I'm going to layer them. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this sideways, just because that's the way I work with it better. And I made that little mark right there. That's where this little nubbin goes, right there. So that tells me that I need my washi tape to go just a little past that mark so that when I close this up, I'm going to see washi. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to get my glue over here, of which is leaking out. And there we go. I know I ignored you for a minute. Okay. Now I'm going to go right along in here, and I'm going to cover it with glue. Now the reason I do this, washi tape is self-adhesive, but I'm not sure that it will stay for a full length of, for a long time. Isn't that pretty? Pretty little orange butterflies. So I'm going to put that down here, and I'm just basically gluing my washi tape down. And that's just so that it will hopefully last a little bit longer over time. Okay? And then we'll cut this off. And then we're going to get the other one. If I can find the end. There it is. And we're going to put it next. Probably would have been better if I had done this differently, but I didn't. So this is what we get. Okay. So now that we have this, we're going to turn it over and we're going to cut this excess off. It doesn't matter that it goes on the inside of these flaps because they're going to be on the inside, but we don't want these little flaps hanging loose. Okay. Cut that off. We'll cut this one off. We'll trim. Let me make sure I'm up here in the thingy, in the camera thingy. And we'll fold that off. And we've got a nice little, okay, so that when we close this up, there we're going to be the inside of our envelope. Now, I think that we have enough space, so I'm going to cover this one as well. Now I gotta let my glue come back down to the end of the thingy. I need to refill it, but I haven't as yet done so. So I'm going to cover this with some glue. And like I said, you don't have to do this, but I just worry about the washi over time, so I want to make sure that it stays. So we're going to start right here, and we're going to make another layer as best I can. And then we'll get another piece, and we'll put it right here. Oh, my nose. Okay, I'm going to pull that up. I know I didn't let you dry very good, did I? Okay. And I really need to put just a tiny little piece. I think I'll put you, little butterfly, on there. At least your little wings. Okay, now we're going to pull this up and we're going to trim all of this excess washi off. And you don't have to put quite so much on there as I did, but I do tend to kind of go a little bit overboard. Skipped you. I don't know how I did that, but I did. And then we're going to go right down this side. And trim. And trim. I don't know why I can't get you straight. Then we've got some little pieces there. And we have the inside of our envelope decorated. Okay? So when it folds up, it's going to look like this. Isn't that pretty? Really matches the color of the paper. Okay? So next thing we're going to do is, let's glue this little thing down because it's going to keep popping up, and it's going to get torn off or it's going to get caught on something. So we're just going to glue it down. We're going to get our ink dabber, and we're just going to ink all the way around. All the way around. Come down here. There we go. Just inking away, inking away. Goodness gracious. I hope y'all are all doing well today. It's nice and warm here. We had a little cold front come through, but it's gone on now. So, all right, we're going to lay our pieces in, and we're going to glue. Where are we going to glue? We don't know. We're going to take this up here, and that needs to be glued somehow. But we don't want to glue this part because then it's going to stick in here. Okay, so we don't want that. So what we're going to do is get our art glitter glue, provided it comes out of the bottle, because I didn't put my pen in it. And we're going to go right along this edge right here, along the edge, and on that little nubbin right there. And this little nubbin right here, and all the way to the corner. Okay, and then we're going to fold that up and hold it for just a minute. And there we go. And there we go. Now, I'm going to ink around the front edges because I did not do that when I inked a minute ago. So I'm going to put my edges right here. Turn it over. We'll do the same thing on the back. And we're going to have a cute, darling little envelope for our junk journal. Okay, there we go. Now, you can decorate the front however you want. I'm going to save this because I don't really know what journal I'm going to use it in. But more than likely, it will have butterflies because of the stuff on the inside. So, you know, I may look for some pretty butterflies. Let's see what we have. I think I have a butterfly or two. And I don't know if we have some pretty orange ones in here. I don't know, that one's kind of pretty. Oh, that's pretty. And if we could be so lucky, okay, that one's different. It's got some reddish kind of colors in it. It'd be nice if I could find another one like that, but you know, it just usually doesn't work out that way. Oh, I did. I found one. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to put you back in there. Stay. And I'm going to take these little butterflies and peel them off of this little stuff. Oh, that one came off nicely. And get my tweezers so I can hold this on here. And I think I'm going to put you right there. Now, the question comes in, do I want to put this one right here? I kind of like that. And then do something different on the back. Yep, I think that's what I'm going to do. So, not usually do I put a whole lot on the front, but there we go. I think this is going to look nice. And Put you right there. There we go. And I do have just a little smidgen of plastic overhang right here from that sticker. So I'll cut that off. And there we go. We've made a little envelope. Now this could be glued in here on your page. Glue it down like that so that it stays and opens up. You could pin it. You could put a pin. You know, don't know if I have any more paper clips laying around here. I think I've used them all to glue things together. Let's see if I have one back here. Surely I have a paper clip. Well, good gracious. All right, there's a paper clip. So we can paper clip it in and have that. You could glue this part down this way and have an opening pocket. In that case, we should have changed the direction of our butterflies, so that kind of may have messed that up, but that's okay. You could do the same thing up here on the top and put it on the top and fold it up and have a pocket up that direction. So you've got lots of things that you can do here with this to put in your junk journal. And we have one pocket made. Alrighty, so let's put this one aside. Let's put our lid back on our ink. And let's put you guys back down in the bucket. And let's start on the next one. Now, this one is a little different than the way that Marguerite did it. She did two. It takes 2 pieces of 6x6 paper. No problem. But because this one is very directional, I guess they both are kind of directional, but I want the front of this to be upright, and our front is going to be on the inside of this. Okay, I know it's kind of confusing, but usually what you would do, you decide which one you want to be on the front. This is going to fold down like this. Okay, so where did I have my little, here's my little protocols that I had. And so this one, see, you've got 2 different kinds, 2 different colors of paper, or 2 different kinds of paper, not necessarily color. So this one is going to fit on here halfway. Then this is going to fold down. So that's okay. That's okay for that to be like that. But these words would drive me crazy if they were upside down. Now, it won't bother me on the back. That's cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of paper and I am going to cut it in half. So I'm going to get my little thing. It is 6 inches. Get my little thing here, and I'm going to cut you at 3 inches. Now, normally you wouldn't do this, but this is how we're going to do it, because I need those words to be up the same direction. So I'm going to take these and get my little puncheroo thing. I think we might need a little bigger one on this one. Doesn't have to be that honking one. Come on. Let's stay on the table. All right, so we're going to eyeball this about midway. You wouldn't have to. You could do it funky if you want to. And we're going to punch a hole in the top, or not a hole, but a thumb notch in the top of both of these pieces of paper. Or if you folded it in half, it still would be both of the tops. Okay? So what we're going to do with this is we're going to go ahead and ink this, simply because once I glue it down, it makes it really hard to ink. And so we're going to just ink the tops. And let's see which one of these. I think I want this on the front. Excuse me. So we're going to put that right like that and glue it. Okay? So we're going to take our glue and we're going to glue right here if we can get it to work. We're going to go right here. I really have got to clean this nub out. Nib, nub, not sure. Whatever this little thingy is. Okay, we're going to put it on here. Right, square it up at the bottom. Now I forgot my washi tape, because I was going to put some washi tape on the top of this. Alright, so let's take this off real quick before that glue sets. And let's put this washi tape on the top of it. Now this is some wide washi. I mean, this is wide stuff. And I've had this like forever. And what we're going to do is cover the inside of our little envelope so that when we open it up, it isn't white. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put some glue on here, simply because I have found that with washi tape over time, it either sticks to itself and becomes a nuisance, or it doesn't stick at all and becomes a nuisance. So I want to make sure that this is going to stay. So we're going to take this washi tape and I'm going to turn it upside down because I'm working upside down right now. I'm going to put it right here on the corner. Woo-hoo-hoo. Right there. I'm going to glue it down. I am going to cut this off. We're going to glue it down really good. Spread that glue out so that it doesn't leave any ridges. There we go. We'll pick this up and cut this off. Okay, we're going to cut this one off as well. Okay, we're going to put that over there. Now then, we're going to take our paper back and we're going to glue our little pocket back on. So here we go, gluing, 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 poking, poking, poking. Poking, poking, poking. There we go. And because I didn't put it on here right anyway, because we cut this piece of paper, we are going to need to glue it at the bottom. Otherwise, whatever we put in our pocket's going to fall out, just like having a hole in your pocket. So we're going to make sure that's glued down, and then we're going to glue this side down as well. And if I don't get this little nubbin cleaned out with this glue and I are going to have a parting of the ways. And it's so hard for me to see that little bitty hole. Okay, here we go again. There we go. Once again, right down on the edge. And hold it. Get our burnishing tool here and go around the edges, just so we make sure that glue gets good and dispersed. Okay, now we're going to turn this over. This is the back of our envelope. So we're going to do the same thing with this one. We're going to ink it up. Not worrying too much about the sides, but where this little thumb hole is needs to be inked, because it's hard to do when you get it back like that. Okay, we're going to put this one right here. Here we go. And I think I'm going to use this tape, this glue this time, just because it comes out better. So we're going to glue this side. Also going to glue the bottom. We don't want a hole in our pocket. And do it right here. Now, if you had just folded that in half, you wouldn't have to do that, because it would be folded over the bottom of the envelope. But since we cut it, it's a little different. Okay. So let's get some of our glue out of here. Oh, no, 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 no. That was not what you were told to do. Okay. So there we go. Now we have our pocket on the back, our pocket on the inside. Now this is our flap. And if you want to, you could do some little nubby nubbins here on your corners. Make them look cute. And we always want to do that. So I'm going to go up about an inch here. So we put our paper right here. Go up about an inch, and we're going to fold it. That's going to cover, that is going to cover our thumb notch for our envelope. And it will also give us plenty of room in our pocket to be able to get things in and out. Okay? We'll have the same amount on the back, so we can put something in that pocket without there being a whole lot of trouble. So, now we're going to go back and we're going to ink up our edges all the way around. And there we go. Ink it all the way around. Because we have put our washi tape in here, and that is at one seam, I'm not going to ink this little crease here, but I will crease it on the outside, because that's kind of delineating what is exactly the flap and what is the part of the envelope. So that's a choice. You do it if you want to, or not if you don't want to, and that's cool. Okay, we're going to put this right here. And we have an envelope with one pocket and two pockets. Now, you can decorate however you want to. I found this little thing and I thought, wow, that's kind of cool. So what I intend to do is cut this in half. If I can figure out what half of it is. Well, duh, Pamela. Fold it in half and see. Oh, yeah. Sometimes I amaze myself. Okay, so we'll just crease that. We don't even have to cut it. We could just put it on here. There we go. And this is upside down, but that's okay. That doesn't matter. If we wanted to make it better, we could cut it and turn it, but then it looks funny. So this is just kind of showing that our flower is going to the other side. We're going to ink up around it, just to give it a little bit of dimension, a little bit of color, a little bit of extra. You don't have to do anything to it. You can, or you don't have to. That's entirely up to you. But I kind of like, you know, if it's not overdone, it's not done in my world. So there we go. We're going to put glue on this and make sure we get the front on the front. And we'll just put that right in there and glue it. And there we go. We have a real nice little decoration. We could put a word on here. We could put another flower on here. We could put any kind of thing on here. And then you have the side here. Now, once again, this could stick in. You probably wouldn't want to glue it in because you're going to lose your pocket. If that is your plan to glue it in, then I would leave this pocket off and just use this half. But you could do that and it would be fine, but there's no sense in going to the trouble to put a pocket on here then if you're going to glue that pocket down. So if you decide that you were going to make this to specifically glue into your book, which would be great, here's your page, you could glue that in. There you go. And then have your pocket. You could glue it in this way if you so chose, and you wouldn't have to you have a pocket here, but you can still access your other pocket here. So that would be a cute way to do it. And that way you could glue that in and have it be permanent part of your book without worrying about it falling out. So there you go. All right. We have our 2 pockets made. Let's put the lid back on this. We've got this pocket and we've got this pocket that we made. Just using 6x6 paper. A lot of fun. Super simple to make. Let's turn it around on the front. There we go. And if you want to put a string across here, you could put a magnet in here. You could put a Velcro dot in here. You could do whatever you want to hold it up. And let's see, that's probably my grandson. He calls me every afternoon on the way home from school, so I'll call him back in just a minute. But here we go. We've got this done in a relatively short amount of time. Once you get going, you could do them pretty quickly. Super easy thing to do it, to mass make. You could sit at night, do these, and fold them and glue them the next day. That would be great. You can use up your TV time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the pockets. Please move on over to Sevenplaza YouTube channel and check out all of the wonderful videos over there. And you might tell her if you go that you came from my website, or from my channel, because she doesn't even know me. But anyway, so we can do that. If you like the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, then thank you so much for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so, just because we would love for you to be a part of our creative family here on YouTube. So think about that. Share the video with everybody you know. And if you have a few minutes, pop on over to my Shopify store. We have my mother and my daughter and I have a little shop on Shopify. And check out some of the scrapbook ideas that we have and things that we have on there. And come back next time. We'll see you then. Until then, please be creative. Bye-bye.